All right, everyone, welcome again to Hypnotica's Health Tips. Today, we're going to talk about how to use a healthy home remedy for a cough with a very simple, natural remedy, okay? We talked yesterday about it. As a matter of fact, we got 1,300 views. So a lot of you guys out there are either sick or you got someone in your life that's annoying you to the point where you're like wanting to shut them up and get them healthy because they're coughing, keeping you awake, and all that stuff. So we're going to handle this because this ain't cool when people are doing this stuff. They're spreading their germs. We need to put a stop. Band together and do this. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. This is a very easy home remedy that's extremely useful. I'm going to tell you a couple of little tips too that's going to help you out along the way. So all you need is a glass like this. All right, just an empty glass. If you have like a little mason jar or even any kind of jar, it could be an old jelly jar, whatever it is, it really doesn't matter, okay? So we're gonna start with that. Then, the important thing here is, once again, we are going to, since you guys are already probably thinking yesterday about the onion thing that we talked about, the flu bomb, you had your onions, your garlic, probably not a lot of people wanna be around you because you have that stink on you. So this is not gonna matter at all. We're gonna start right here with an onion. Now, I said before, I like these little gadgets, and I actually broke this one right here. If you look at it right here, I broke it. It's supposed to be small. Well, I guess you can't put carrots in it. Okay, I guess that's the way it is. Like I said, I like to test things out because I'm not really bred to be in the kitchen, but I'm here to help you out because it's going to be useful. So I think if I just use half an onion, a red onion, okay, and I put it in this little gizmo here, this is kind of actually cool when I'm not breaking it, putting things in it I shouldn't. I think the onion will go pretty well. If you saw that one video where I was doing the fire cider, I think it was, I was crying, I didn't do it. So I smartened up since then, except for putting the carrots in there. So basically all you're gonna do is you're gonna get a red onion and you're gonna, that was amazing. Look at that. No tears, no crying today. So this is what we're gonna stick with right here. Onion, right? And all you do, all right, now this is the basic recipe. There are recipes where you can get like extravagant. You can put the oregano and the thyme and all the other things in there. But for this basic recipe, this is really all you need. Now, onion, okay, is not only an expectorant, so it's going to help you know clear your lungs out a little bit, but it's also antimicrobial, antibacterial, you know, all that good stuff. I'm not going to get into it because you can watch my other videos if you want me to get into it. So the first thing you do is do a little layer, all right? So you just do a little layer right here, all right, just like that. And then what you do is you get honey, and you want to use like a grade A honey. If you think about it, the thicker the honey, the actual better. Now honey is not only antimicrobial, but it's antiviral as well, if you get the good stuff. Don't buy the grade B crap stuff, all right? Make sure it's a good honey. The thicker it is, if it's got like, if it don't move, that's usually pretty good, right? So what you do is you do the first layer onions, and then you just kind of squeeze an onion like this over it and kind of let it sit in there. So if you see that, I don't know if you can there, but you just want to cover it. All right, so that's good. You got that down. Next thing you know, you can put another layer on. You put the layer on top of that. It's like a little cake. You put another layer, all right? And you kind of let that sit. Now that's probably enough for a couple days. So if you start coughing and you're annoying people and stuff like this, okay, this could be a good start, and maybe I'll pour a little bit on there. But in about an hour of what happens, it actually begins to turn into like a syrup, you'll see. And when that syrup starts, that's what's happening is all the properties of the onion are getting expelled out into the honey, and it becomes a very nice syrup. And like I said, the honey is soothing, so it's going to help your, you know, scratchy and the itchy stuff going on. And the onion's going to be, they're both going to help, okay? This is just a home remedy. Quick, hey, I'm a guy teaching you this stuff, and yeah, that's what it is. So you're just going to basically let that sit. Like, how easy is this, all right? Let it sit for about an hour. In an hour, you could use it. What I would suggest, though, is letting it sit overnight, 8 to 12 hours, okay? If you're coughing, if you have one already, like this one's been sitting in my refrigerator for a while. Now, I've been reading online that people say, hey, let me go over here real quick. After 3 days, you want to throw it out. Now, this has been sitting in there for a while, and I wanted to test because I don't really trust people a lot on certain things. I think people talk out their asses. So this has been sitting in there for, I don't know, maybe 4 weeks. So I'm going to test it. Now, if I get sick, okay, then I'm wrong. But if I don't get sick, then I think it's going to be all right. But it's been sitting in the refrigerator for a while. So I know all the things are. So I really hope it doesn't get sick. Because that's what I'm thinking. The honey preserves it. I mean, honey can last 3,000 years. If you look at it, like honey has actually been found in the tombs of the Egyptian temples. Still good to go. Just put a little heat on there and it's good to go. So let's test it out. Tastes good to me, except for the breath. Now, here's another thing. Because you've been dealing with the onions and stuff, you're sick. No one's going to want to be around you anyway. So don't worry about kissing and stuff like this and things like that. It's onion, okay? All right. Now, if you really want to make it good, you can do the same thing that I talked about earlier. Put oregano, some thyme, and let it sit in there. Just bruise the leaves up a little bit. That'll help. So if you don't like the pieces of onions in there, like after you let it sit for 8 to 10 or 12 hours, you can strain it, okay? But, you know, man up a little bit. Have a little onion. It's going to be good for you. Chew it, all right? And here's another thing. So that's it. Like, that's it. But I'm going to tell you another secret. Why? Because I'm feeling good today. And you should too. You should not annoy people with your coughing. So here's what we got. Onions. Let's just say you have a bad cough. Now, onions go in and they open up the lungs. And your feet is an actual reflex to the rest of your body. Usually concentrates on the head, the chest, and the abdomen for the most part. So here's another little trick that you can do. So if you're coughing, hey man, have at this, okay? This is gonna be good for you, okay? Can't go wrong with it. And like I said, if I'm not sitting on the pot, and hey, if I am sitting on the pot, having diarrhea or whatever's going on, I'm gonna tell you about, I have 3 different bidets that I've tested. And they're all in my house. So I'll give you the one on which bidet cleans the best, okay, the runs. But we're not gonna get into that right now. So just let that sit, you'll be good. Take it, you can take it up to 3 to 4 times a day. It's really good. You know, if your kids, here's something you gotta be careful. Like with anything that's like a bee product, if you have an allergy, I wouldn't suggest this, okay? I'd suggest something else, but I don't know what else because this is what I know and I don't have an allergy. So here's another thing. So you have a cough and you're coughing. It's not going away. You take this, soothing it, all right? Now, if you don't have anything like this, say you don't have honey, this is what you can do. You can take an onion, probably about this much right here if you look at it, okay? And what you can do is you can put this in a plastic bag, okay? Put your foot in it and then basically pull a sock up and over your foot and basically let the onion rest on the sole of your foot. And what that's gonna do is it's gonna get in your bloodstream and you're gonna find out that you're not gonna be coughing, okay? It's an amazing thing. Now, like I said, if you're sick, you're probably not laying with anyone. No one wants to lay around you, okay? And if you're worried about your breath, ain't nobody gonna wanna be kissing you, okay? And if you're worried about your feet, okay, unless your husband or wife has a foot fetish, they're not gonna get too close to you on this, okay? So, like I said, put this in a plastic bag, both feet, put a little plastic bag on it, step your feet in there, take a sock and pull it up around your feet, and you'll get an amazing night's sleep. So, that's it right now. I don't want to hear any more stories of you guys coughing. You guys got some stuff. If you do the fire cider daily, if you do the flu bomb, and then if you do get a little cough, you do this, you're gonna be good to go. So that's it. I shouldn't need to tell you anymore. All you need to do is get out there, get healthy, and be healthy, and stop annoying the shit out of other people. So with that, Hypnotica out.